And if you watch this all the way, I'm going to show you the best build for fast progress. Enjoy! Hello everybody and welcome back to another Respawnables video. Today I'm going to show you 5 different ways to complete this event as fast as possible. And I'm also going to tell you which is the best. That's why you should definitely watch the whole video, because the best one will be at the end obviously. So if you haven't done it already, please consider subscribing to the channel because it helps me out a lot. You can also comment down below that you subscribed and I will personally thank you. And with that all out of the way, let's get into the video. The first build that is commonly used and also pretty good for completing this event, since it focuses around killing enemies, is the all damage build. This is represented by the mastery tree, which is just fast and angry 1, 2, 3, as well as glass cannon and lucky last bullet. I mean, you can already tell that this is an all-out build and you will be a really squishy but deadly glass cannon. To further improve your damage, you basically use the explosive shotgun because it's the most overpowered weapon in the game right now, and buff it to the extent where you one-shot everybody across the map. For every build, I will also add a short gameplay video where I discuss the strength and weaknesses of this build, as well as some strategy you can use to get the most out of it. As I already said, the glass cannon build, or all damage build, however you want to call it, is really squishy. So you should play this on close quarter maps, or at least use the covers to your advantage. If you're using this build, it's basically either you see them first and kill them, or they see you first and kill you. That's why you should probably use spotters as your gadgets, or if you're using the explosive shotgun, it's active skill. I'm using the explosive shotgun, so I basically have unlimited spotters, and I can use the healing as gadget. But I think the healing is just a waste anyways. I just forgot to unequip it, because if you're really using this without zombie bull, just pure damage, you will be basically dead and healing won't help you. I still think that this build is really accessible for the newer players as well, because glass cannon is pretty easy to get during this event. Also, there are plenty of really powerful weapons, especially shotguns, that you can buff pretty easily. And last of all, because the Lynx Rider pack was available for $2 a few weeks ago, I think it's one of the most bought bundles in 2021, and therefore everybody owns it and should definitely use it because it's really strong in this event. Still, I think the all damage build is the worst one of all I'm going to show you today. As I already said, you rely on seeing your enemies first, and if you see them first, you definitely get the kill, but if they see you first, you are just dead in less than a second. Now for the build I like to call the Never Die build, or more commonly known under 80% nerf or complete NOOB build. It's, yeah, what the name suggests, you basically never die. The head, body and legs alone grant you 80% damage reduction from every weapon. And if you combine this with a well-equipped mastery tree, I use Burning Spirit 1, 2 and 3, as well as Rock Endurance and Zombie Bull, pretty much nothing can kill you except the Do MK2 and the first build I discussed in this video, the all damage build. I also recommend using Lenny as your pet, since every kill heals you 50% of your max health. That's a roughly estimate, but I think it works like that. So once you actually win a fight, you're back at full health. As you can see again in the background clip, nothing can really kill me and nothing can really damage me. So I could just stand in the middle of the map and wait for them to come towards me. This build works exceptionally well in this event because you basically can't lose the 1v1s. And if you win them all, you get all the points. I also use the Do MK2 with this build because if you face other 80% nerfers, you can get the advantage over them by using this weapon. As I told you in a previous video, this weapon won't be nerfed by the 80%, and you can see it still wrecks me. For comparison, just see this clip. This guy shot me twice with the fire spatter, and usually it's just a one shot. This time I just turn around, kill him and walk away with full HP. Even if your enemies try to peek and only shoot you once you're not shooting, they can't really kill you, because if you hit them once or twice, they are just dead behind their cover. All in all, a very reliable build and super overpowered with this weapon. I think it's one of the better ones you can use, so definitely check it out. The third build is the stealing points build, how I like to call it. Obviously, you can still manage to kill some people, but this build is mainly focused on speed. Just use different masteries than I'm using, not the burning spirit ones, because if we're using a melee weapon, they won't even help us. But Zombie Bull and Rock Endurance are pretty good for staying alive, especially if you are not using any damage reduction and just speed. The goal is simple, just run around and use the pet's range to attract all event pickups. It's still easy to get kills with this, especially if you catch your enemies off guard, like I'm doing right now. But you should stay away from explosive shotgun users, because they will just blast you. Using the sword is beneficial in two ways. Not only do you get high agility, but you also have the nice little dash you can use to get across the map quickly, and therefore get to the points that are just lying on the ground and collect them. This build allows you to profit off of other people's kills, and therefore is especially useful in close quarter maps, where you can hide behind corners and quickly jump out with your dashes. Even though the playstyle is a lot different than the tank build, I still think it's about the same progress-wise. If you actually manage to get a kill here and there, you will be good to go. And if you combine this with the metal ox head, you will get even more points. The next build, which you shouldn't use because it will bring hate upon your name, is the desperate noob build, how I like to call it. If you actually use this, then I got nothing to say, just quit the game, huh? I mean, where's the point in playing this when you actually can't die and just annoy everybody else? The worst part about this is that it's actually working quite well in this event, because, yeah, you guessed it, you can't die, all the points are yours. Combine it with an overpowered weapon, boom. Easy progress. That's why I have to feature it in this video, unfortunately, but the only good thing about this is that really not everybody can use this. It's just a thing that the really maxed out players can use with a lot of gold to spend, or just straight up hackers. As a lot of different YouTubers recommend, if you're playing against one of these guys, just leave the lobby, don't give them progress, don't let them play with you. Or if you really need to play at the time and you can't find a new lobby, at least try and use the do MK2 so they can at least die. I mean, you see it in this video, I actually died to the do MK2 even though I just spammed the shields, and that shows that the do MK2 can also counter this. But it's like 1 out of 10 times, so you're better off leaving and getting progress in another good lobby. Still, unfortunately, this build is really strong and so overpowered that you basically get free progress, and you exchange your progress for gold. You basically buy progress for gold, and that's not how you should play. Seriously, just don't use this one. Because you're just straight up better off using the next one, the best build for this event. First of all, thank you for watching it all the way to here. Leave a like and subscribe if you did so, because you're definitely enjoying this content. And this build is basically a mixture of all the builds I just presented. The masteries, together with the body, which is the medic jacket, represent the tanky part of this build. The pet, together with the fast legs, represent the stealing build, which allows you to attract the pickups from a range of 6 meters around you, so you get an advantage just like that. And this build obviously features the do MK2 because it helps us counter the 80% nerfers. and therefore it represents our damage. You can obviously switch the head out for something better of your choice if you don't own it, but like this you will lose a lot of progress. But even without the head, this build should grant you fast progress, and no matter what your head you're using, because it's well-rounded and you have every perk that is necessary for getting kills and points at the same time. Your biggest weaknesses are close quarter maps, because like I already mentioned, the Do MK2 deals damage over time and only damage over time. So if someone surprises you with a high DPS build, you are still dead. That's why I recommend you use this in long range maps or more open maps like this one. I also see a lot of people make the mistake and use glass cannon together with the Do MK2. Just don't do that, because the Do MK2 will still take some time to kill, and the glass cannon will just make it so your enemies kills you faster. The only top 5 build that is not represented in this one is obviously the shield spammer, because why would you? That's just pathetic. You're better off using the healing, because you lose your regeneration once you actually equipped the zombie bull. Shield will just help you win one fight, but you'll lose the next one because your health doesn't regenerate. Another counter to this build is, and you guessed it, the Do MK2 once again. I made a video about this, and if you haven't already, you should consider watching this, because you need this guide, and without it, you are putting yourself at a big disadvantage, and that's not helpful at all for this event. So if you actually haven't watched it, I put a link to it in the top right corner now, and if you click that, you will get directly to this video. If you already watched it, thank you for doing that. And here we are, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. By the way, if you need further assistance with your weapon selection, just check out Reactive's new video. I'll link the channel in the description, go check it out, it's worth your time, I promise. And finally, with that all out of the way, we will see us tomorrow. Bye!